I'm LuAnn, and I've been doing, I don't know, I've been in the fitness industry for at least 10 years now. I did a few shows for like competitions before it got like popular and crazy fad. But I do train people for those. I train people just to basically lose weight or gain muscle, whatever their goals are. There's a ton of different types of diets out there. There's a ton of fads you hear about. And I've tried probably all of them because I like to test things out. I like to see how things work. I like to see what the whole idea behind it is. And I like to be able to give my clients a realistic idea of what can be done. I'm sure you know, you're CrossFitters. You've heard of the paleo diet. I've done ketosis. I've done the intermittent fasting, just all kinds of different things. And they seem to all work. However, I like to use the little tiny, those kind of like fad things to get someone where they want to go, like, if necessary. I don't like to do that because typically it's not realistic and it's not a lifestyle. Unless you can make something like that a lifestyle. Paleo can be a lifestyle. That's a little bit more easy than like ketosis. Ketosis is taking out all carbs except vegetable carbs. So then your body, what happens is your liver throws off these things called ketones, and it allows your body to burn fat instead of, or burn fat as energy and use fat as energy instead of carbs. So that's basically what ketosis is. And those things are a little extreme in my mind. However, when you have a goal and you want to get it, I feel they're totally appropriate as long as you can do it as a lifestyle, and if you want to get out of it, you get out of it slowly. I'm going to just read what I have on my my website about my beliefs on meal planning and things. And I'm reading it because I'm way more appropriate on when I'm writing things down. And I can actually get a thought out. Okay, my meal plans are based on the idea of keeping blood sugar levels balanced. Your blood sugar level is the amount of glucose from what you eat that's circulating in your bloodstream and provides energy to cells immediately or stored for future use. A well-balanced blood sugar level is crucial for your overall fitness and well-being, regulating your hormones, triggering your body to burn stored fat, and increasing your metabolism to help you lose weight. A well-balanced diet contains a correct amount of macronutrients for each individual. The foundation for any physical change needs to become a lifestyle. It needs to be a realistic, obtainable goal. I believe in feeding my clients so they have the energy and stamina to get through their workouts and finish their day out strong. I give them the proper macronutrient ratio, I'll talk more about that in a minute, to maintain balance and to prevent overeating and unnecessary cravings. I provide the tools for training, nutrition, and cardio, but the work is up to you. Being consistent and persistent is your responsibility. If you comply with the tools that I give you, you will succeed. The dippos have been, I don't know, working about a month, right? And I love it because they've seen results. At first, they were both like, oh, that's a lot of calories. And it took a minute for their bodies to adjust and everything, but there's always that, like, they're new to me, and I'm new to them. And so it's like getting that trust and knowing what's, you know, does this chick really know what she's doing and all this stuff. Now, I don't give that many calories to a lot of people, but knowing how intense you guys work out, you get more food. Without feeding, especially what you guys are doing, you're like balls out every day. Every time you work out, it's like 100%. And so you have to have the nutrition to feed those muscles, you know, just so you have the energy and stamina to get through the workout. So the whole macronutrient, you guys familiar with like the word macro? Carbs, fats, and proteins. So like there's more fad things going on, like if it fits your macros. And those are cool because I like it in a way. If you've heard of if it fits your macros, you get like a certain amount of calories a day and break that down in percentages of how many proteins, carbs, and fats you get in the day. So I like the idea. However, I like the idea to put it in 5 to 6 meals throughout the day because like I said on my thing I read, it keeps your blood sugar levels here all throughout the day. If I was going to like carb up early in the day and just have proteins at night, in the day, if I have carbs, my blood sugar is going to spike, and then it's going to drop, and then it's going to spike, and by the end of the day, I'm not going to have protein, I'm going to have a candy bar, because that's what I'm craving. So, well, not always. I mean, there's also things known as control and that kind of stuff. But as long as, I feel as long as you're getting proteins, carbs, and fats in almost every single meal, I have a few exceptions, then you'll feel good throughout the day, eating every 2 to 4 hours. You know, just listen to your body and know when it needs to be fed. I like my last meal, typically, you guys have noticed, to have just a protein and a fat, because it gives you overnight, it kind of slows down, the fats slow down the digestion, which typically you want to digest quick, but when you're going to sleep and you're just going to lay there, it keeps you satiated longer, so you're not, I don't know, sometimes I get hungry in the middle of the night, and I don't ever get up to get anything. I'm too lazy, but it helps me, so I'm in the morning. I can just get up and not like binge eat in the morning because I'm so hungry. But it also slows down the digestion, so your body's working all throughout the night to burn calories. First meal, it depends on kind of when you work out. Before and after workout, the best time to get carbs in. But say you work out and then you just have your last meal like you guys. I would just have them do their workout, and then they have like protein shake and peanut butter, or avocado and egg whites, or whatever, you know. If they want something warm, then usually egg whites are kind of yummy. But just a protein and fat before bed is I've just found that works really well. But where you guys kick your butts so hard every day, why not throw in like good nutrition where you can, I mean, why are you doing this? To get stronger, that's awesome, but also to feel good, right? And it depends on the goals too, and where you are, because say you get fed a lot, you're going to put on some muscle typically, or your performance is going to go up, and then you tell me you want to lean down in a certain amount of time, then your diet's definitely going to change. Yeah, I like to measure 3 different measurements. And like I was telling Dan, he was really concerned because he wasn't dropping anything. And I'm like, how's your performance? How do you feel? And I said, it'll come, you know? What did I tell you? The scale can suck it. Because it can. I mean, there's so many different ways to measure. And if he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, it's going to happen. I'm a scale whore also. And it's not good mentally at all. So really that numbers are irrelevant as long as you're progressing somewhere, body fat, inches, that type of thing. If you feel like if you ever feel like you're getting like, you know, you feel like you're getting some chub or something, then absolutely tell me and we're going to adjust things. Absolutely take a picture from the beginning. Do weekly pictures. I know that seems kind of weird, but if you do weekly pictures, say you don't notice a lot at the beginning, and then like a month later do a side-by-side, you know, put your pictures together, and you'll most likely be blown away if you've been on point. The scale is it's a good thing to have, but also you have to be realistic and understand if you're putting on some muscle, that scale's not going to change, or it's going to go up or it's going to go down. I just started seriously like on point probably about when you guys started, about a month ago. And in that amount of time, keeping myself accountable, making sure I really am on point, because I don't do that very well on my own. I actually hired a coach of my own. And so it just seriously helps you mentally. It just gives you direction. You don't have to think too terribly about it. And he holds me accountable. And that's really all that it is that I need, is somebody to be like, dude, you sucked this week, you know. And then I'll be like, all right, I'll show you. I've gone from like a starting point, gained 5 pounds, and now I'm 1 pound below my starting point. So it just takes, and I've totally dropped body fat like crazy. So where I'm just a pound lower than when I started, I've already put on muscle. I've leaned down, and that's the thing. When you're training hard and you put on muscle, obviously that's going to change the scale. So that's what was happening with me. Is it went up because I'm getting muscle, and I haven't dropped down yet. But this week I made sure I was on point. So I'd like to bear my testimony that I know that meal plans work. Like, true story, they do. And like, I try to put in some foods that are okay or family friendly. Have I given you guys burgers yet? Okay, I'll make sure I do that this week if you want them. The main thing is being consistent with eating every 2 to 4 hours. That consistency, and not overeating during those meals too. Just feeling good and keeping it consistent every day. But that's kind of my spiel for right now. Legion of Lu, so LeGionOflu.com. But yeah, so I don't know, I hope I helped. I just kind of threw it out there. If you have any questions, then ask.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.